My granddaddy didn't eat like me. Even as a plant-based vegan, my granddaddy still ate more vegetables than me. Facts, nigga. I'm gonna repeat that. As a plant-based vegan, on the daily, my granddaddy ate way more vegetables than me. For real. I'm trying to catch up. I don't eat lima beans like I ain't had a lima bean since my mama made me eat them. Facts. We don't eat lima beans, y'all. Stop lying on them old people, making it look like them old people eat like we eat. Stop with that lie. Stop trying to compare how we eat today to our grandparents and our great-grandparents. Stop it. And start looking at the facts on how black people dying today. Your granddaddy ain't got nothing to do with the epidemic of diabetes and stroke and heart failure and amputations that we are dealing with today. Wasn't no fat people when your granddaddy and grandmama was here. Wasn't all these fat motherfuckers walking around here like that. When I went to school, there was one fat kid. That's it, one girl in my whole class. It was only one fat girl. I was driving a few years ago, maybe about 4 years ago. I was on 111th going west. And I got to where it's a school and they stopped the street because the kids had went on some kind of field trip. It was white kids. And they was all coming from the field trip. And one fat, two fat, three fat. I started counting them. And out of like 80 kids, it was like 35 of them was fat. It was unfucked. They was all the same grade. Damn near every other kid was plump and chuggy and out of shape. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I ain't never seen that many fat kids. I already cursed to a life of health issues. Some of the boys that get a break because they'll go to high school and say kind of big, they'll get them in football and they'll get on football, he'll trim down, get some muscle. Some of the boys, when you big like that, they try to say, you know, you'd be a good linebacker, you be this. They try to take the fat kids that feel like he could, you know, he could move the line of scrimmage, right? Put his fat ass out there. And, you know, but a lot of our kids have died, but we got our sons out there fat trying to play football and they done died in high school on the football field. Then they had heart attacks, heat strokes, all type of shit because they was too fat. You know what I'm saying? And every time you see these overweight people, their kids look just like them. It's a shame, it's a disgrace. And we keep trying to go back in the past, and it's a disgrace to this right here, to what I'm finna read. Heart disease. Heart disease, the #1 killer of Americans. It's gone down for white Americans since the 70s, but not African Americans. The numbers aren't that more African Americans have heart disease, but surviving a cardiovascular event aren't as high as other populations. African Americans ages 18 to 49 are 2 times more likely to die of heart disease than white Americans. 18 to 49. And here you are talking about your granddaddy. And we losing our babies. They dying 18, 20, 25. Look how many football players just dropped and died over the last 3-4 months. Look how many athletes died. Look how many black people died. And them the famous ones. The ones ain't famous, they're not telling you nothing. Black people dropping like flies. Some women get fat due to pregnancy. No, they don't get fat due to pregnancy. They get fat due to the shit they eat while they pregnant. Tell your daughter, no. They get fat due to the garbage they be eating while they pregnant. Tell her that was a nice try, but she's wrong. She's wrong. When they get pregnant, they not getting no exercise, and the shit they eating is not good for the baby, okay? Well, you know, you don't got to tell her nothing. Let her find out the hard way. Because women get fat during pregnancy and can't lose the weight after the pregnancy. You tell her I said they ain't going to lose it afterwards. They're not going to lose that weight afterwards. My grandmother, my mother's mother, when my grandmother got pregnant, she got real big. And she went to the doctor. And the doctor told my grandmama, Irma, why you so big? And she said, what? The doctor asked what she been eating. She said, I've been eating bologna all the time. The doctor said, Irma, stop eating all that goddamn bologna. Because if you keep eating that bologna, you're going to have to cut this baby out. This baby ain't going to be able to come out. So my grandmama told me. My grandmama, the ones y'all keep bragging about, told me that bologna will almost kill her and my mother because she was eating too much of it. These is all facts. Rest in peace to my grandmama. Irma Craighead was eating too much bologna. And the doctor said, Irma, you're going to have to eat some more vegetables or fruit. You're going to have to put this bologna down. Or that baby ain't going to be able to come out. So your daughter's making excuses for pigging out, for pregnant women pigging out. I'm a man. As a man, I got 6 children. And when you have 6 children, you have women that get pregnant. And when these women get pregnant, they have crazy urges. And they eat at the wrong time, at night and all the time. And they ask for weird shit. So my youngest child, when her mother got pregnant, I used to have to go to Super Kmart out there all the way from O-Block and drive all the way to Super Kmart because she want some motherfucking pretzels, some chocolate, some orange soda, like a pickle, weird ass shit. That'd be on the list. I'm like, this shit don't even go together. She wasn't no vegan or none. I was the only vegan. I'd go get it for her. Because you can't force people to change. You have to try to tell them to change, but you can't force people to change. They still got to make their own decision. This is nothing you can force on nobody. This is nothing you can force on your daughter. All you can do is give her the information.